Hey everyone, it's Henna here and thanks for coming to my channel. In today's video, I will be doing a first impression review of the Mercier Pure Canvas Blurring Primer. But before we get in this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already because I do post new videos on here every week. Also, make sure to go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Thehennaali because I'm always on Instagram, and I do update a lot when it comes to reviews on my Instagram. So if you want to know whether this primer is worth it or not, then keep on watching. Alright guys, so this will be my first time trying Mercier's Pure Canvas Primer, and I got it in the blurring one. Basically, this is the one that's supposed to be specifically for blurring. I know she has other ones here on Sephora. Let's see, she has some that's specifically SPF, hydrating primer, illuminating, but for me, let me go ahead and tell you my skin type. I am combo to oily skin. I suffer with large pores, box and pit acne scarring, textured skin, the works pretty much. So I specifically wanted to pick the blurring primer. So let me go ahead and open this up. You can get it also in the mini size, which I think is 0.8 ounce for $20. But at that point, I was like, I'm just gonna go up for the 1.7. I got this during the Sephora spring sale, and I'm a Rogue member, so I got 20% off. But this is retails for $38 for the 1.7 ounce. And oh, okay, so it's just a little squeeze bottle right there. I'm gonna go ahead and apply it only on one side of my face just so we can see if there's any kind of difference with the makeup application, how it looks after the final look. But I'm gonna go ahead and apply the primer on this side of my face and then no primer on this side so we can see if it really helps with blurring or anything like that. And if it doesn't, well then we'll get that conclusion as well. But yeah, let me go ahead and apply it on this side of my face. So I'm specifically targeting on the areas that I want to really target, and that is my large pores and mainly my cheeks, since that's where all my problem areas are on my face. Then of course I'll evenly apply it a little bit on the rest of my skin as well. And I like to really push in primer, so to the tapping motion is really great to really make sure you're pushing in the product, especially since this is supposed to be a blurring primer. I want it to really help with my large pores. So I went ahead and finished applying it on this side of my face. I'm going to just kind of come in a little closer. Again, remember, I do have a lot of studio lighting in front of me, so a lot of times it could definitely make it look better than it, really does. It does look a little bit smoothened out, and it does, I will not lie, it does have a blurring effect. For some reason, my pores don't look as large on this side, but let's not get carried away. Let's go ahead and apply a foundation and we'll see how it is. So for reviews, I like to use foundations that I use on an everyday basis. So I usually use a Superstay, Maybelline Superstay foundation, but because of quarantine and being home, I've been really using a different foundation just to try it out, and I fell in love again because I loved it anyways, and that is Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Foundation. And this one's really great because it does have SPF 50 in it, and I know a lot of people don't like SPF in their foundations, but I personally do. My skin reacts pretty well. I don't really get broken out or anything just because I really only break out during hormones, like my period and stuff. This hasn't broken me out at all. SPF doesn't bother my skin. I'm not too sensitive, but I really love this foundation, and I'm definitely gonna try it out with this one. And I'm in the shade 220 beige, which is natural beige. I'm 220 all across Maybelline. From all their foundations, I'm 220. Keynote for this foundation, I've noticed the brush application is really great. Otherwise, I always use the Tati Beauty Blendful, but the brush application is just so much better with this foundation. But let's do this thing. As you can see, it is a little bit watered down. I don't like saying watered, but like it's a little bit more on the whatever, you guys know what I'm saying. I'm gonna take my Morphe Y6, and this is discontinued sadly, but I like to stipple. You're gonna notice this foundation, I feel like it's so not talked about. I don't know why, and actually I do know why. It's probably because of SPF. So a lot of people do tend to break out with SPF in their foundations, so that might be the reason. So let me go ahead and apply the foundation on this side with no primer. Alright, let me know how you guys think about this new setup. I feel like I've been on YouTube for so long, and I never have found like my go-to setup. So let me know in the comments what you think about this, like how the lighting and everything looks, because this is definitely different lighting. I know you guys probably see it in my eyes. Okay, so this is with the foundation on. Let me look at it a little closer. Okay, looking at it with the mirror, it's not too big of a difference, but I can definitely tell this side looks, it appears a lot smoother, but it's not, because at the end of the day, like, it's really hard to, you know, make the scars go away. But this side definitely appears smoother with the foundation on. This side it definitely looks a lot more pory, but this side definitely does look smoother. And I have a really big box scar right here, and it looks smoothed out, which I really like it. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish my makeup off camera, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I went ahead and completed the look off camera. So honestly, you guys, the foundation looks great on both sides, because this foundation is just really beautiful. Looking up close, my pores definitely do look a little bit more blurred out here, but overall there's not too much of a significant difference. But again, with primers, it's kind of that thing where you have to use it a little bit longer, test it out with your, you know, your daily makeup routine and see how it is. But blurring wise, it is there a little bit, but there's nothing too crazy to where I'm just like, oh my god, yeah, this is completely blurring. But it does do what it says. It does say it's going to blur out the skin. I mean, let's see what it says on here. It says the blurring primer creates an instant mattifying filter, visibly reducing the appearance of fine lines, pores, and imperfections. And it's supposed to condition skin over time for improved look and texture. So there you go right there. Over time, it says it's supposed to also condition the skin to help it look overall better and smoother the texture. So this is definitely one of those primers where I would have to test it for a while, use it consecutively, and see how I like it, and see if it's made a difference in the skin like it says it will. But I do definitely see the blurring effect. It is pretty matte, but overall I think it's just a pretty good primer. It's nothing too crazy, nothing too different. Now, I will say the Tatcha Silk Canvas, the original Silk Canvas, is a lot more blurring and smooth. It smooths out the texture a lot more. However, I do like the fact that this is in a bottle form. I appreciate this. So just because of how it's packaged and how I just, for some reason, I love the Silk Canvas, but I hate the like dipping and scooping. I think this is just so much more convenient. So I definitely will be using this a lot more just because of the packaging and how it dispenses. But I do want to see how it does over time. So far, I mean, it looks pretty good. I have no complaints about it, but I definitely do want to test this out over a period of time and hopefully update you guys about it. But for the price, it is $38. So I would definitely go ahead and maybe get the mini if you want to try it out. I usually don't recommend buying the mini from Sephora if you're going to keep purchasing the mini. The mini is really great if you want to test a product out and see how it works. I did only use a really small amount. So for just one side, I probably could have got away with just doing a little bit on both sides. So I think you could definitely go through this for a while, and the mini size will probably last you a while too. So if you want to try it out, definitely do the $20 mini, because I think the $38 is a little bit expensive. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I could help you out when it comes to finding a good primer. Go ahead and let me know down in the comment section what other primers you guys would like for me to test out. If you guys would like me to do more wear tests next time, I would definitely like to know your opinion. But before I go, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I do post new videos here every week. Also, make sure to click that notification bell button so you're notified on when I post a new video. But alright guys, that is it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.